everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Orme and we're back again with more Football Manager 21, stepping back into the shoes of manager Swansea City. We're going to rebuild the Swansea way. Last couple of videos we've had a little bit of a glimpse of what the idea behind the save was following the death of the Barcelona save that we had going on, sadly, on the beta, building a better Barca life after Lionel Messi. We moved then to speak a little bit about what this game was going to be in terms of goals, objectives, ideas, themes. Then we set up and took stock of what we had at the club in the next episode and tried to make sure that we knew exactly what we were going to do. And we've had a little bit of a roundup in what we've got done and how we've put things together. So that's where we stand. We stand with a pretty good team in a pretty good place with a very good starting set of results in terms of our friendlies and a fairly tough run in the league. It's not going to be easy at all, son. It's not going to be easy at all. But yeah, we've got, like I say, a very good team that we're still trying to get one or two more in. If you missed the last episode, do go check it out. We run through our entire backroom staff who we've brought in. Andy Scott is still the chief scout. We have John Rush as head of sports science, Andy Renshaw as the head physio, Ross Goodchild, the head performance analyst, Alistair Stevens, the head of youth. We have brought in Sbrega as our backup man there, our assistant, our right-hand dude who takes care of all the things for us. We kept John Gray and Martin Davis, but we've made Darren Robson, Brian Dean a very formidable under-18s pairing. We brought in Cullen and Georgie, two regens as well, or new gens, as technical director and director of football. We rounded up the financial position, which sees us in a pretty good spot right now with some money to spend, as well as showing you who we were trying to spend on and why, and how we got ourselves down to just Gibbs White and Yukeres on loan, and all the others gone at this time. Woodman, Gahey, and Casey Palmer on the way. So I think we're in a good place. We've definitely done well for my money. I think we've done really, really well. I've actually set up as well a couple of these. That should be our first team set up. But that is with Casey Palmer in the team. Now, if we didn't want to go with Palmer, and instead I kind of want to put Corey Smith in there, then I probably put Cabango on the bench instead. Yeah, I definitely think that would be a better lineup for us. Clear out Casey Palmer. Gonna manage save team selection as one for now until we get the new players in. If we do get the new players in, then that will change. But Ronning Roberts, Bennett Collinger, Bidwell, Smith, Kanyas, Grimes, Gibbs White, Wilshire, Campuzano. The new look Swansea team. 2 Spaniards, a Croatian, a Swede, 1 homegrown Welshman, and that leaves us with 6 Englishmen on the pitch. The bench, there's another couple of Englishmen. There's 2 Scotsmen and a Welshman homegrown at the club. There's an Irishman. There's another Croatian, another Spaniard, and a Romanian backup goalie with a Swedish striker on loan that we hopefully won't need to use much. If we don't need to use him, it means between them, Campuzano and Jamal Lowe are absolutely banging in the goals for us. Very happy with that. And possibly a Greek, a French, and depending on a work permit, a Montenegrin midfielder to add in. Each would be the first of their nation to join the first team squad. Not that I think the Montenegrin would make it. Honestly, he might be in the under 23. Nationality-wise, under 23s, we've got a weird mix, I guess, but yeah. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're actually in a pretty good space. And nobody in the under 18s. They're all up in the under 23s, which will have to change in the future. But for right now, it's where it is. But I think I'm happy with that squad. If I can add in the other two midfielders, I'll be very happy. Otherwise, what would we do? I'd probably have to call up a player like Morgan Clark, perhaps Josh Edwards or Congreve with them. Play them. Not even play them, but just have them up there. Kind of sit on the bench, which isn't great. It isn't great. I mean, Pereira and Sousa would have done better, but I wanted first team football for all these players, so we kind of had to go that route. As I say, long term, anyone that's 3-star or below, I'm not sure is going to make it. Jordi might. I'm willing to give Latibeaudier a chance. I'm willing to give Jack Evans, Declan, John a chance as well. So fullbacks, defensive mids, I'm willing to give a chance. Joel's new, so I kind of want to give him a chance. Declan, John is solid backup. Now, 3 of those are left backs. That's the issue. So they're not all going to make it just on the fact that there aren't that many spots open. But I think those can go out. A bulk of the 3.5s might not make it as well, if I'm honest. Again, centre-backs, defensive mids might make it. Centre-mid might make it. Backup goalie with better options. We've got some full-backs. I don't know. Solid 4-star potential grouping there. I'm pretty happy with that. 2 centre-backs, 2 attacking midfielders, a centre midfielder and a striker. And then 4.5 stars, 2 goalies. We've got a defender and a striker. And then a candidate needs to be retrained. Still waiting for him to go out on loan. If he doesn't go out on loan, we might have to set him up to train as an attacking midfielder, which would mean 2 attacking centre mids, Sousa and Pereira more centre mids, 2 strikers, Harry Jones as the fullback. I'm not convinced of these ratings. I think they will change, especially when we bring in a couple of better players. We go up the leagues a little bit. You'll see that change. But for now, we're in a good place. We've looked at things. We've talked about it. We're ready to go. George Byers isn't fully fit. Probably still going to run him on the bench. Cabango, Danda, Brainescu, 2.5 star players. Everyone else is 3 apart from Evan, who is a 3.5. In the first team, Campmanzano, Kanyas, Smith, and Bidwell are 3-star. Everyone else is 3.5 apart from Jack Wilshere. Good levels if they are correct. And if my assistant knows what he's talking about. Kinda hope he does. I kinda hope he does, Ricky. But okay. Let's get down to business. Game 1 of the season. Derby County. I think we're now, what would be 10th? We dropped from like 8th to 10th, and Derby rose from 9th above us. Okay. And then we got Reading, who are also just above us in the predictions. At home, again, but in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup. So we'll see how that goes. Very interesting league. I've probably got 1 or 2 players that I think are going to be... 1 or 2 teams I think are going to be above the rest come the end of the season. I've got 4 or 5 that I think are going to be scrapping down the bottom end. The rest I really can't. Honestly, I just cannot see where they might be. So it's gonna be interesting. Ronning, Bidwell, Collinger, Bennett, Roberts, Grimes, Kanyas, Smith, Wilshere, Gibbs, White, Campuzano. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. Corey Smith lacks a little bit of fitness. On the bench, we're lacking fitness as well in Jay Fulton. Jack Wilshere making his debut. Everybody seems to be actually quite okay with how things are set up. We need to make sure we're doing our opposition instructions. First game, we're going up against David Marshall, Andre Wisdom, George Evans, Matt Clark, Nathan Byrne, Lee Buchanan, Wayne Rooney, Jason Knight, Louis Sibley, Colin Kazim Richards, Morgan Whittaker. They got Duncan Holmes, Shani Davis, Josvac, Hector Ingram, Ibe, Forsyth, and Roos on the bench. Your hands on your hips. Over to you, boys. Over to you. Point the finger. Let's get the job done. Okay. Goalkeeper, Jack Wilshere, Campuzano, Connor Roberts. The goalkeeper and striker, motivated. The team leader, who is homegrown, is motivated. And the star player is motivated. That could have gone a lot worse. Could have gone a lot better, but it could have gone a lot worse. Okay, so these aren't set up at all, are they? Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, then. In that case, I'm just going to have to set up the... I don't want to set these up by hand. Yeah, rule of thumb for me with opposition instructions are going to be show them onto the weaker foot, tackle hard. Everybody gets those. Wide players, front players, or the goalkeeper, they all get closed down. And this type marking on those, I think, are going to be different. Normally not midfielders, but Wayne Rooney is, of course, one of those guys. Type mark those, but type mark. Apart from Rooney being pressed, the rest of it's kind of normal for me. That is kind of normal for me. Okay. Tactics, we're going to put Bidwell marking the right wing back. Left wing back is going to be Roberts. Then left centre mid, Smith. Right centre mid, which I believe should be Wayne Rooney. And that is going to be former captain, Matty Grimes. And Kenya sitting back is going to sit on Knight, who's going to roam forward. They have a DM. Do they have a DM? I don't think they did, no, because they got an attacking centre mid. Evans, we put him on Evans. Give George Evans a bit of a nightmare, perhaps. No, leave Campuzano go. Leave him go the way he wants to go. I think that looks good. Okay. A little nervy. But it's the season debut. We're out on the pitch. Oh boy. Demand more. At 8 seconds in, we're going to double check the cameras. The cameras all wrong. Right. Got like somewhere on there. Or zoom to it. So key highlights. Tiny bit quicker. Those are both faster. Director for replays, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now I think we're good. So Connor Roberts, Smith to Gibbs White. 13 seconds into this. Starting as perhaps we mean to go on for the rest of the season. Connor Roberts. Captain Corey Smith. It's a poor ball. The poor ball in towards the box. Doesn't get what it needs to go. Doesn't go what it needs. Okay, first 10 minutes. We seem in control. We haven't really generated anything either side. I'm trying to encourage the team. They got to throw in down the left. Buchanan towards Rooney. We're going to work it towards the back line. We're going to try and put a little bit of pressure on them here, it looks like. A little bit of pressure. Don't let them get anything cheap. Yeah, very cheap. Very, very cheap from the boys. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything there. They really didn't do anything. Oh, great. Cardiff are 1-0 up as well. That's exactly the kind of start you want to make. Yeah, that's poor. That's really poor defending. Very poor defending, boys. Oh, my God. I'm going to absolutely shout at them. This has been poor. Like, the fact that we've not created anything at home, the fact that we've allowed them to play, the fact that they're getting open and unmarked at the back when they really shouldn't be. Okay. Okay. We're up against a good team, but we also are just playing like absolute trash. Ugh. I mean, it looks like it's over the line from me. It's a very terrible angle to tell. The fact that they're not going to give that when it looks over the line from the angle they're showing is kind of why did they show the angle they did? You know, to me, that's kind of pointless. Might be too early to do too much. But we are going to throw the water bottle. We are going to tell them they fucking sucked. And that none of them did anything of worth. Because they really didn't. Like, the first 13 seconds, we got a highlight and it looked okay. It kind of looked okay. And then from then on, absolute trash. The first 20 seconds or so of the game. At home. To give up 2 goals for a team like Derby, without Derby working for it, is very disappointing. Very disappointing. A lot of new faces, new tactics, new manager. A lot to deal with, but yeah, look at them. Playing the ball about okay, but they're not facing the right direction. They're not playing a ball that I would like them to. That was the first decent piece of play where the right-footed player played a ball on his left, find Jack Wilshere, lay it off to the striker, job done. That's all we've been needing to do, and we haven't bothered. The effort isn't there. The effort isn't there. The quality isn't there, but the effort is the main disappointing thing for me. Chick Bidwell bid booked down to 6.2. Ryan Mane, come on. Jose Cañas, a very, very poor re-debut for you. Corey Smith slots in. Jack Wilshere, 6.3. You're going to have to come off for... I'm going to play Jamal Lowe. Everyone know who you are, where you come from, what you're about. Let's see, is there any kind of fight back? Is there any desire? Possibly not, if that is anything to go by, but Morgan Gibbs-White looks like he's through on goal. Running in from deep, and that's a goal. Morgan Gibbs-White. Let's go, Morgan. Big, big, big moment in the game, perhaps. Lovely clearance. Morgan runs right past his men. Straight into it. And then a cross goal. Slams it into the side netting. That could be massive. That could be massive. We need to go again. We need to set up and go again. Don't make me have to change my formation because you won't do what you're supposed to do, boys. Come on. Let's go. Let's do this. Be more disciplined. And maybe not shoot on sight, but definitely want a bit more going out. Let's just try and launch the ball. Guess that's good. Sano's not playing great either. Maybe if I swap him around. Maybe if I push him more forward as an advanced forward. That might help. I'm not sure. Rate the team. I'm absolutely shouting at them. I want the response. I want them to get into things. We need to go forward with the ball. We need to do absolutely everything we can do here. And they're not doing so. They're not wanting to do so. That kind of sucks. It's all or nothing. 3 points on the line. That's a very poor start. That's a very poor start. Point fingers. Absolutely terrible. Furious. Furious. They can be demotivated all they want, but they didn't play well. They didn't show up. They didn't fight. There was no technique. There was no will to win. There was no intelligence. There was nothing. Across the team, there was absolutely nothing. Poor goalkeeping. No defending, pretty much. Certainly not centrally. Out wide, we didn't get any width from the fullbacks. We didn't get any width from the Mazzalas. We didn't get any defending from the flanks. That was really poor. Defensive midfield, we didn't win the ball. It was 3-on-3. We man-marked. We tried to shut them down. Rooney pulled the strings, and then Mazzala scored. So, obviously, they lost their battle. The attacking midfielders didn't do much apart from one counter-attack where Gibbs-White looked lively. He also looked lively very early on, the opening 20 seconds. Campuzano, a very poor debut up top as well. So yeah, we're going to shout at them. We're going to throw them under the bus because it's not good enough. It's not going to be accepted. And to lose our first game of the season at home, despite by and large, I think, outplaying Derby. That's... yeah. It says we're a little unlucky. We played second half. We didn't play first half, and that's what killed me. We give them 2 goals without really trying. We end up with 6.3s, a 6-2, a 6-5, another 6-3 in goal. Okay. My 6-3s are getting a day's fine, and so is the 6-2 in Kanyas. Also getting it. So my ball-winning midfielder, my superstar, and 2 defensive players, all on very poor debuts for the club. A re-debut for Kanyas. Bidwell doesn't have a debut. Manning did well when he came on. In fact, the subs we made worked really well. Campazano just had a poor debut. Bennett was at fault for a goal. Colin just started to play better. Second half, he was worse and Bennett was better. It's going to take time, but 62% possession at home. A better XG. Like, more shots by the end of the game. But we gave them a goal for free. Whittaker didn't earn that. That one's annoying. And then Knight, who we should have easily shut down, just was forward and scored as if he was Wayne Rooney. And he's not. He's nowhere close. That's what sucks. That's what sucks. Looking at their team, yeah, look, they didn't even play well. They got a 7 and a 7.1. Heck of a game to lose. Yeah, I'm not going to let that go. Okay, Vasilidis. He might make more money in China, but there's no bid from China. Definitely want to play him as a Mizala. Minimum fee, release clause. Okay, I don't think so. I'm not on about dealing with people that have got their contract clauses locked before we even start. Pryor's a regular starter. Okay, he wants to be an important player. We will lie to you and take that down. 17.5. I'll give you 600,000. I'll give you 60. 5 there. You're not getting paid there. You're not getting paid there. You're not getting paid there. None of that's happening. And hey, if you want to say no to this contract, you say no. You say no. $650, $65, $22. Non-negotiable. I'm not pissing about. I am doing my deal the way I want to do it. You're either on board or you're not. I think you're good for us. I think you're average on a world scale. There wouldn't be much of an issue. Casey Palmer goes back. Too much money, probably. Again, the fact that these are locked, absolutely crazy. The fact that you can unlock them is kind of fun. But still some bugs in the game. But they shouldn't be locked. It's a bug that they're locked. It's also a bug that you can unlock them. That's fine. I'll teach him English. He can be a breakthrough. That's fine. I'm not going to loan him out. His country do not have no. Yeah, we're going to be on appeal. And I think, as I said, I think 15 is around the magic number. We're not going to give you any of these. You're going to have a good wage. Have 2.5 there. Everything else is set up. Sign your deal. We'll see what the work permit says. Oh, we can have another we can have another coach. We can have another coach. Affiliate. Okay, so the fact that it would be a benefit isn't worthwhile because it's only a temporary benefit. Despite the fact that these agreements are normally 3 to 5 year deals in real life. And having a benefit for 3 to 5 years would be a marked improvement over what we have now. But that's enough to reject it. Okay. Okay, then. So yeah, not a great debut, not a great start. Morale's okay, happiness is still okay. It's only one game. Losing to Derby, I mean, sure, that's fine. We'll know about Vukotic. We've already given out both of the contracts. Yeah, we've given out Vasilidis his, Boyd Kane's on a free, so he's already got his deal done. Gagliardini we can't get. I would love to get. Tried on loan, he wouldn't come. Sergio Oliveira. Again, that would have to be a loan deal, and I don't think he'd come, and I don't think they'd want him to come. I am looking for options. Wijnaldum. Is Wijnaldum even... Yeah, he's playing for Liverpool, scoring for Liverpool. There's no way he's coming. Okay. Yantral. Not exactly who we want, but... 1.6. 1.6 for someone. Yantral. I'm so tempted. So tempted with okay, attack midfielder right. No, attack midfielder centre. Does that not change that? Brilliant. Okay. Okay. So you versus Morgan Gibbs-White. Throw Morgan Gibbs-White in there. Is not working. Oh, it is. No, it isn't. Moving the button's not working. Okay, it seems to be working again now, finally. 1.6. Sure, I'll be able to fit this money in. But again, the player, the age, the fee, it's all kind of fitting. All kind of fitting in the Swansea way. That would possibly free up some wages with Gibbs-White going out on 50. Yeah, it might actually. That might actually be the way to do it, because we can't get Gibbs-White on a free. If we... Patterson wouldn't really work last time. Yeah, see, it's... some reason that seems to have an... If I do Wijnaldum... Gibbs-White, there we go. Okay, that will work. That will actually work. Yeah, Terrell's more of a rounded person, a little bit more physicality, a little bit better mentally. That's fine. Tributes-wise, there's not much difference in them. Bit of determination, bit of physical wins, bit of technical that don't really matter. But my player versus loan player. And yeah, Shadow Striker. We've been losing a little bit, but it would get rid of another loan. Consistency, injury prone, and big match. Why didn't I look this side? Why didn't I just look that? That would have saved us so much trouble. That would have saved us so much trouble. Van Hinkel. Hold on. Make sure they aren't on the short list. Anyone with a bad report gets removed from gets removed from the shortlist. That's a shame. Tibbling, I thought, could be a decent pickup for us as well. Mendes, we can't afford Pedri, we can't afford. Okay. Okay. Again, is he even going to be good enough for us? I don't know. Okay, so motivate himself. Kanyas didn't, Jack Wilshere didn't, but 2 out of 4 did. Some kind of response. Okay, there might be another French midfielder. I think we're okay though. We brought in a lot of midfielders. Don't really want to be doing too much else there. So League 2, Carbonell goes in. That is good. We're gonna heal and see. We don't know when the result of that appeal will come through. But yeah, I'm hoping that comes through okay. I think we might have worked it out okay. It'll come out tomorrow. We will see early. If he needs to have played in that nation versus being from that nation. If he needs to have game time, then it's not going to go our way. Sadly, it's not going to go. I gotta make a little inquiry. $8.8 million. That's God. Gonna be nice. Don't want to be. Of course you don't. You don't want to be nice. Would he even join? Doubt it. Okay. Keeping him on the shortlist because like that's a pickup we could definitely use if we got promoted. Ben White would be an interesting player, yes. Yeah, it's about money at this point. As I say, a bad start to the season. But apart from that, I think we're good. And we didn't get the work permit. Get the work permit. So obviously he didn't get the point for being an active player. But he got his 3 points for being in the top earners of the club. So if we were to up that to 8 million and pay him 12,000 a week, we get a work permit. Yeah, it's about the change with the whole Brexit situation and the change to the work permits. It's about to probably get a lot more difficult to get these players in. So, what we tried for 84,000, get a player like Vukitic who could be really good. We'll see what his scout report comes back as, but that right there is going to be a no. That's a no. I don't know why it says 2K a week. Is that what he's on? Yeah, it's just what he's on over there. Okay. We offer him far more than that to try and get round the wage issues we'd have. Jeez. Okay, Yokera is out as well. So we fail the work permit. We almost had a deal for Jan Terral before we realised just why that might not work out. With no Scout and Trent Alexander, that's a little bit of a head scratcher. I will not lie. Jan Boe Kane will come in. Free transfer for him, so that's really, really good. That's another solid pickup. Backup player, but on a free. That's all we need him to be. Get him registered. Give him number 6. Fine. Roberts. Deal with him. No chance we get him either. Scouts are coming back with some interesting names. They are coming back with some interesting names. Okay. Got the EFL Cup. Webb's going out. Cheltenham on loan. That is fine. Got Liam Cullen going out. Now I'm wondering if we should bring him back in. And get rid of Gyökeres. League 1, League 2, League 1. Scottish Premiership League. Ooh, yeah, Gyökeres can go out. Cullen. Unavailable. You up. First team. Jordy can go out, however. That's fine. Gyökeres. Fine not having you. Need to register. Yes? No, we don't. Okay. That's all fine. Do you have a number? I don't think you do, but you have 17 that you get us. Oh, lovely stuff. Now we're down to Morgan Gibbs-White. And if we had gone for Jan Toral, then Gibbs-White would have gone out as well. And we would have not had any loans. Now we're down to 1. Now we're down to 1. I like loan deals when I can buy the players. I don't like loan deals that aren't much better than what we've got. And we can't get them permanently. So, yeah, I'm not exactly happy with some of that. But, oh well. What happened in real life is what needed to happen. Pretty happy with the team the way it is. And I think Liam Cullen's good enough as a third choice striker. Campazano number 1, Jamal Lowe number 2, Liam Cullen number 3, I think is absolutely fine. And he should get enough game time, so okay. Then we just got one midfielder that might be coming in. Trying to push this all the way to kick off before doing so. But yeah, is not going to come through yet. Vasiliadis, if he agrees, come in, he would complete this squad. And I would be done then for business. 6 centre mids, I'd have my 4 attacking mids. I'd have my 2 strikers and the spare. The only position that has a spare. 2 left backs, 2 right backs, my 4 centre backs. Goalies. That would give me a first 11, a second 11. And Liam Cullen as the spare striker, and therefore should have an hour of football in the under 23. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Like I say, depth, I think is quite good right now. Ability is quite good for where we are. The chance to grow. Jack Wilshere's on the biggest wage, then Ryan Bennett. Everyone else is pretty cheap. Probably try and do new deals for some of these, yeah. We'll have to do some new deals before the end of the season. But I think we're in a good position. Before start the season, didn't play the first half, dominated the second half, but couldn't quite get back into it. Gifted them a couple of goals. Some really poor defensive players. Our defensive midfielder, our left back, our goalie, really bad. Our star player, Jack Wilshere, took the night off. And we paid for it. We paid for it. So, not great, but if we beat Reading, then we've not only done signing players under 21 for the future, but we'd also have made it through to the third round of the EFL Cup. And then it's just getting through that tricky third round, because I think we'll be okay up until that point, depending on the draw, of course. But I think we might be okay. A cup. And all we really need to hit, because we can't really do everything up here anyway. So it would just be top half of the championship. And that first half against Derby aside, I think we're more than good enough to do that. So that's where we're going to leave things. We'll wrap it up there for a start, but just the beginning. More to come. The squad will gel. Team cohesion will go up. And we'll go on a winning run. I am sure of it. I hope to see you there for it. Until then, take care. Thank you very much for the current support as well. Thank you, as always, to Hayden being the accomplice in this. You want to join Hayden? Then jump into the description, click the link for Patreon, and sign yourself up and become a supporter. There's also a link in there for my Twitter and my Twitch, where I stream multiple times a week, hoping to get at least 5 days a week, or maybe 6 days a week going. Need to figure out some schedule before then. But yeah, we'll be back soon with another episode with Swansea. Still confident, but the doubts are there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This is more of a long-term project, so let's not get too dismayed about the first competitive game in charge. Or second, we actually won the first. So this would be the second, the first league game. But yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. I'll see you there for it. Take care, guys.